Ask 10 people what socialism is, and you'll probably get 10 different answers. Some say socialism destroys economies. Others say it's the reason countries like Sweden and Norway have such high standards of living. Some people call universal healthcare socialism. Others point to the Soviet Union. Some even use socialism and communism as if they're the same thing. But what if almost everyone is mixing up different ideas? How can one word describe Scandinavian welfare states, Karl Marx, the Soviet Union, and modern political movements all at the same time? Something doesn't add up. So, what is socialism? Where did it come from? How is it different from communism? And why has it become one of the most misunderstood ideas in modern politics? Today, we're separating history from politics, from ideology, and from myth. By the end of this video, you'll understand what socialism actually is, and why so many people confuse it with communism. This is Decoded Media. Before socialism, there was capitalism. Factories spread across Europe, cities grew rapidly, industrial production exploded, the economy expanded faster than ever before. But for many workers, life remained difficult. Long shifts, low wages, dangerous factories, child labor, housing overcrowded with families chasing work. Not every factory looked the same, and working conditions gradually improved in many countries through labor movements, technological change, and government reforms. Still, many people began asking, should the economy exist only to create wealth, or should it also protect workers? That question would give birth to socialism. Many people think Karl Marx invented socialism. He didn't. Socialist ideas were already spreading across Europe before Marx became famous. Early thinkers believed industries could be organized in ways that emphasize cooperation rather than pure competition. Some imagined worker-owned communities. Others proposed public ownership of key industries. Then, Karl Marx arrived. Marx didn't replace socialism, he built upon it. He argued socialism should become the transitional stage between capitalism and communism. That single idea is one reason people still confuse the two today. So, what actually is socialism? At its core, socialism is an economic philosophy that argues society or the public should have greater control over some parts of the economy, especially when those services are considered essential to the public good. Depending on the version of socialism, that could mean public ownership of certain industries, worker ownership through cooperatives, or a mixed economy where private businesses exist alongside government-provided services. Unlike communism, socialism doesn't always reject private businesses. It doesn't always reject markets. It doesn't always reject democracy. In fact, many modern socialists support democratic elections, private property, and competitive markets, while believing healthcare, education, or public transportation should be more publicly funded or publicly managed. That's why socialism exists on a spectrum rather than as one single system. This is where things become confusing. Karl Marx viewed socialism as a transition toward communism, but over time, many political movements adopted socialist ideas without ever trying to build communism. Today, countries like Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland are often described as socialist. In reality, most economists classify them as market economies with extensive welfare systems and higher levels of taxation and public services. Private businesses still operate. People still invest. Stock markets still exist. Competition still exists. These countries blend capitalism with significant government programs. That's very different from the centrally planned economies historically associated with communist governments. So when someone says Scandinavia is socialist, or socialism is just communism, they may be using the same word to describe very different systems. So, what is socialism? It's not one single economic system. It's a broad family of ideas centered on increasing public or collective influence over parts of the economy, with many different interpretations about how far that should go. Some forms emphasize worker ownership. Others emphasize public services. Others focus on expanding the social safety net while keeping a market economy. That's why socialism has inspired democratic political parties, labor movements, reforms, and, in some historical contexts, revolutionary movements. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Decoded Media. Next time, we'll explore another political ideology that has shaped modern history. What is fascism?